Hey guys, French Vinyl Addict on another video. Hope you guys are okay. Hope you guys had some great time for Christmas. Yeah, this video will likely be uploaded right after Christmas and still in 2024. So hope you guys are, enjoying maybe some holidays with family and friends right before 2025 will kick off. So yeah, hope you're having a great time with family and friends. And first of all, I'm making a shout out to probably the most VCS gentleman ever, my friend Jack from the channel Vinyl Martini. Hi, Jack. Yeah, Jack came up with I met up with Jack last summer at MGK's Boston Summer Cake Party. It was a real pleasure to talk with to meet the guy. Really great guy, Jack. And he came up recently with the idea of a tag for his 3 years channel in YouTube. And sorry about that, Jack. Didn't manage to send my entries to hop on the thread. First of all, because of time, lack of time, was really busy at work yeah, just before Christmas, and I don't have lots of compilations in my collection. Yeah, the tag was all about showing a comp, so yeah, couldn't really do a proper tag, but I highly support the initiative. So and yet to tell you just how Jack, a nice guy is, he made a donation on behalf or name of the VC to one of his local food banks. So really kudos to Jack for that. I think the tag is now over. I think even you already decided who won the first prize or gift, whatever. But go to support Jack's channel, check it out, and probably in the future you will be coming up maybe with more idea, maybe another tag. So yeah, I just to say I realized the tag was going on, but couldn't do properly. So, but I'm taking advantage of this video to give you a shout out. Today's topic, progressive rock. Once again, it's been a long time since I haven't done a video dedicated to one of my favorite genre. And yeah, we often discussed behind the scene with lots of friends from the VC, and it's funny since I talk with some people who like prog just like myself, and other we used to or moved away or discovered some other trends or bands or whatever. So this video won't be about the usual suspects, as we often mention when we start to have certain interest for that genre. The big names. So no big names today. No Genesis, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yes, Crimson, Gentle Giant from the classic era, early 70s, mainly English bands. No such. I also realized that lots of people like myself, the reason why we love prog are the same reason why other friends don't like, all the cliche and all that stuff. So I thought might be interesting to I don't know how I will maybe name or call today's video. Probably the other sides of prog, something, bands or albums you probably never heard of, worth a detour, as I often say, from different backgrounds, from different countries. So and those selection might be appealing to those people like probably you don't like, you don't necessarily enjoy the big names, because of all the cliche and the culture surrounding them. So let's start with a small batch of records I listened to over Christmas, and really pleasant discoveries. So mainly obscure stuff. I will start off with a French artist. This is Catherine Lara, and this is she had a massive success in the 80s. So 10 years after this one was released, 1972, early 70s. She had a massive success. With if you are French, you remember probably Nuit Magique or La Roqueuse de Diamant. So this has nothing to do with that. 72 was not even the start of her career, since she had started in I think mid 60s. She was classically trained, had holds or obtained a second prize in violin at the conservatoire. So yeah, classically trained. Then she formed a band, chamber orchestra. She went like touring in France, but she wanted to have something different, because she was complaining about the audience of all those classical concert that were not talking, not coughing, not reacting. So she wanted to have something different. So she made some decisions throughout her career. The 80s rock was one of these decision or steps she made, but in 1972 this is her second album she came up with. It is fantastic. It is really great. It's psychedelic, it's prog, with lots of symphony. Yeah, she uses her voice as an instrument, I would say. Reminds me a bit of Joan Baez, though with less technicality, I would say, which probably, if you're in Quebec, or if you know about the French-speaking singer, maybe I don't know, Fabienne Thibault, for instance, or Christiane Robichaud from the band Contraction, maybe sounds ring a bell. Really great one. As I said, this is it has folk element, it has symphonic as well. It's truly beautiful. And how about the powerful lyrics like Marche dans le temps, for instance, which is very worth a detour. She made another, I think, album in '74. Then she had finally first success with La Craie, dans l'Encrier, something, and then she made another album called Nil, '74, which is much more pop folk in a way, but this is very interesting if you like in the early '70s, and what a voice she had, what the singing ability she had. It's simply beautiful. So this is Catherine Lara, and this is her second album from 1972. And I was just talking about Christiane Robichaud, singer from Quebec, from here, and she participated in which is a perfect transition, since she's on that one. This is a Contraction, La Bourse la Vie. And as I often mention on this very channel, progressive rock was very important here in Quebec, here in Montreal. The scene was booming, in the 70s. We had like bands like Harmonium. I often talk about Harmonium, Serge Fiori's project. And this was another project arise from a combo called Villemort Blues Band. And Villemort is a district here in Montreal. And these people, the design very much Crimsonian, as you can see, and it sounds more in a bit like that on the record. Yves Laferrière, very famous, iconic bass player, and Christiane Robichaud, and what a voice she had. As I said, Fabienne Thibault, mainly much more famous since she had massive mainstream exposure in the 80s because of the Starmania musical, among other things. And yeah, this is a jazz rock fusion, very interesting. So Contraction, La Bourse la Vie, this was brought or released in 1974. This is you can find pretty much everywhere, pretty much very accessible, very easily listening to. Another hidden treasure. So other sides of prog. The next one is a very iconic album. I don't need to talk too much about this one. I just listened to this record earlier this morning, which I haven't in a long time. This is a gift, a present, a VCLT from Philosphere. Philosphere is a guy that who follows my channel. Thank you, Philo. He sent me this very record last April. So once again, thank you about that. I didn't have a copy. I know this album since I listened to this one on several platforms, and we often discuss about which album, how would we start, since Prague, it has this obviously Canterbury scene, which was a little bit different, which brought something different to the Prague table. It wasn't about the performance. I do talk with lots of people. They don't like these big names, this classic symphonic Prague, and they tend to prefer going with the Canterbury scenes, artists such as Soft Machine, Hatfield and North, Can, the only album from Can, for instance, Caravan, and Rock Bottom, very iconic album, Robert Wyatt. You know that story, and this is the feeling I have when I listen to this one is like everything is much more simple. It's not only about how bring lots to the table, bring less, but with some like it sounds like fragile, it sounds like sensitive. And when you see the personal on that one, Hugh Hopper, iconic bass player, Michael Phil is also on that one. Very fragile in the way he sings, Mr. Robert Wyatt. So this every time I listen to that one, I could find other words to describe. Very hard to describe. Often described as a jazz rock, a fusion jazz rock, in a way, progressive, which is not a jazz, which is not a rock, as my friend Fred says. It's Robert Wyatt rock bottom. It's almost a genre of its own. So rock bottom, Robert Wyatt. The next one was also a part of that package. Philosphere sent me over, so a gift, a present. And now we are going to a little bit further earth, Vangelis. A lot of things to say about this one. A lot of things. First of all, I would say it's a perfect mixture between the mystical voice, oriental strings, and that sounds of not keyboard, of synthesizer. Vangelis will be later famous for as a very iconic film score composer. Has been I think it has been recorded in France, and wouldn't say it's a French connection. I would say it's a Mediterranean connection. Really important. Vangelis, Greek, has lots of oriental touches. Remind me when I took my trip into Cyprus, this island very close to Turkey. And in Cyprus, the music is really like crossroads between Greek and Oriental Turkish, and this is what I feel when I listen to the way certain acoustic parts are played. Robert Fitoussi, once again interesting. He has his massive hits later in the 80s with words like a new wave pop song in a way, but in the 70s it was played with a variation. Once again, other Mediterranean connection, variation. I often mention about this band. They were originally from Morocco. So he played the bass. He played bass on that one. He sing on a song called Hee Ho. Very mystical. I recommend you to listen to this fourth track on the record, Hee Ho. And as I say, some elements, which will be signature from Vangelis. If you listen to Pulsar or other material, he will be recording years later. Absolutely masterpiece, and which is also a transition between the 666 album, they made with the After the Child, the red cover, the iconic, and the later material. So. What a great treasure, Earth by Vangelis. Now we are going to eastern part of Europe. In the country, I do have some connection. My grandparents came from that country originally. I was born in France, as you know, but I still have some connection with the Polish culture. And I recently discovered about these bands. When we talk often with Stanty, he's into like classical modern music from Poland, and I did recently discover all these bands from the early 70s. They were playing like a sort of progressive psychedelic rock, but doing very accessible, very easy listening to, like in a way SBB, even though SBB is a little bit experimental. Czesław Niemen also those guys, Skaldovie, the Scals, they had the English name, the Scals, brought several, still active, I think. Yeah, they are still active. 1970, this is a very feel-good album. Those are highly feel-good songs, even though if you don't understand Polish text, lyrics, it's absolutely great, catchy melodies. Lots of songs played by the organ, by the Hammond organ. Typically early 70s stuff with tight harmonies. The songs, the harmonies, the melodies reminds me a bit of a Belgian band called Collection. They had massive hit with which song? Wallace Collection, Daydream. Daydream was played like every day, on the old classic radio station in the 90s. Daydream is a song from the 60s, and with this guy, he played violin and he was like leading the band, and this is almost the same. So maybe the Zombies was also a source of inspiration. Truly beautiful songs. Skaldovie. And the name of the album is Od Shodu do Zachodu Słonka, which means from sunrise to sunsets. So I can speak or pronounce Polish, but I don't understand really. I need my family to help me out. And last but not least of today's selection of different style or branches or path of prog. Let's go to Italy. Italy for once with this one. This is a 1981 album, Franco Battiato. I was looking for. I've been on the lookout for this album for 10 years probably, or let's say 6 years. Very hard to get a hold of a copy. Found this very copy in Den Bosch, so I'm really glad. A lot of things to say. Franco Battiato, as I said, released several interesting albums in the 70s. One called Fetus in 74, I think, or 72. I don't remember. Very experimental, but nothing to do with the the usual suspects. Le Orme, PFM, all sorts, because Italy and prog rock in Italy was very important, as you know. So a little bit different. And in the early 80s, he took a turn in his career doing like other many prog bands. They like doing the more pop stuff or something. And this is it's like taking some risk. Sometimes the results is not like up to scratch, but very interesting. He made a very progressive pop album, very good. Not overusing synthesizer as lots of bands used to do back in days. Keep the things like really simple from the musical aspects, like having more catching melodies, but giving a pride place to the text, to the topics covered. Like when you listen to the songs, Cerco Centro di Gravità Permanente, which is a song where he say, I'm on the lookout for the permanent center of gravity. The topic covered, he talks about some old ancient stories from China, dynasty and so on. So very, you have really to dive a little bit deeper to grasp the essence of the text. So this is the tour de force, I would say. So coming up with a very simple, very melodic, as the Italian can do, music, but tackling some some serious topics. So this is the one he made, as I say, in 1981. And I didn't want to mention that, but I found a copy of another one yesterday. So I won't be talking too much because I only gave like one fair listening to that record. But this is the one he made. I'm very happy to find. You never find those records usually. So this is a 1980, the one he made prior. And it's the same. It's some it's a kind of progressive pop. You can see Franco Battiato was like speaking lots of different languages. He could speak German. He could speak, like, he sadly passed away a few years before. He could speak like Arabic, French, German, and those are songs where he makes all those different cultures. So this is a really worth a visit. Franco Battiato, but I do have a soft spot for this one. So Centro di Gravità Permanente is absolutely a masterpiece as a pop song in my book. So yeah, this is it. Different selection, different batch, different directions of prog, of other prog, as you know. Let me know what do you think in the comment section. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next chapter. Bye bye.